So from here, let's take a moment to connect with our intention. This is an intention of grounding by helping out the tightest spots of our spine. So the 3 spots that tend to be those notorious spots of tightness and pain are the low back, the shoulders and neck, and then like that spot right kind of in between the shoulder blades. So our hope is to hit on all these spots in a good way. And in doing that, it's almost like some of our natural anxiety and stress that's in the body can kind of move its energy downward, down toward the feet, down toward the earth. And it's like transforming the energy from the frazzled state toward the grounded state. And so that's the idea that we're working with today, grounding. Even though we're floating and we might not even be touching the ground at all for a large part of the class, we're still sending our energy down and finding gravity and sinking down into it. And so with that idea to help lead us on, let's take some of those initial stretches. The arms can stretch all the way to the back wall. And let those shoulders go right and left a few times. Easing open to each direction. And just find the pace that works best for you. There's no rush here. What pace helps you to feel good things happening? Good. When the spine comes back to stillness, let's begin to hug around the right knee. Maybe some ankle rolls help to loosen up tightness there. And whenever you're ready, right leg can start to stretch up to the sky. Good. Right foot hooks all the way to that back left side. Slide the shin in. One more breath in. Exhale, release, give it a stretch, and drop it down. Good, second knee comes in, maybe some ankle rolls. Leg can extend up when you're ready. And hook the heel back, right heart, slide it in. Take another good breath in. And out. Free out this leg, give it another stretch. Eventually we can drop this one all the way down. As we start to kick the feet free off the front, you have a choice depending on what would feel best for your tight spots at the back, especially that low back. As we're starting to sit up, you can either take that bow pose, just taking that beautiful back bend, or you can wrap the legs around for the diaper wrap. So whichever would feel better, that back bend or the hanging, feel free to head to that direction. Really listen to that low back and how it's receiving all of this. Sometimes it's nice to add in little shoulder openers while you're here. So you could clasp hands behind your back. You could bring a straight arm across your chest and pull it in. You've got different options. Just continue to add the things that are helpful. If you're still upside down, take those last 3 or 4 good breaths. Bring up whenever you feel ready, sooner or later. If you need a moment longer of recovery, that's fine. We'll start to do some nice little shoulder openers as we're sitting here. So first, take the arms onto the inside of the fabric, and we'll do eagle's arms. So right elbow goes under left elbow, and then try to wind the palms around. From that position, try to allow your arms to be in the perfect spot to ease into any pain. So perhaps the elbows are lifting as the shoulders push down. Perhaps you kind of rock the head around to different angles. Maybe you even kind of move the whole shoulder a little bit to kind of twist to one side or the other. You're just exploring to ease your tight spots here. One more inhale, and then exhale, release. Grab the fabric that's on your left side, and then let the left arm stretch to the back wall or circle around the head. Another breath in. Exhale, release. And once we're facing back forward, just let the shoulders roll up, back, and drop down. Good. So second side, this time left elbow is under the right as we do the winding. And again, play around with it. Maybe shoulders need to press down as the elbows try to lift. Maybe you're rotating your spine a little bit or tilting your head. Just find those spots that need some tension release. Inhale. Exhale, release. Grab the fabric on the right. Right arm reaches back or circles around the head. Nice inhale. And then exhale as you're releasing, find the fabric that will point you to the center of the room the easiest, that'll point you to me. And then extend those arms straight, get that hip, that side leg up and over, and we'll come into our wide seated posture. So hands are actively pushing out, posture trying to engage to lift tall. Especially with that release from the shoulder stretch, see how you can relax the shoulders down, even while the shoulders are doing a little bit of work pressing out. Good, sliding the right hand down the right leg, stack your left shoulder, left arm can start to reach up and over, and then kind of ease into that shoulder. You can move that shoulder forward or rotate it backward. Just ease into all the spots that feel tight across that area. Good. Left arm rises and then the spine. And left hand slides down left leg. Right arm's the one that goes up and over now. Just kind of ease into that shoulder, forward, backward, or even just stillness, that's fine as well. And rising up. Good work. Let's free our feet out of each end. And then from here, we'll place both legs under the fabric in front of us. So one hand makes that stop sign and pushes into it. The second heel comes up where the hand is. Once you've got one foot up, the other one just has to go next to the first one. And start to play with how much the legs want to extend upward. We're easing the legs as much as possible, so that could mean bent knees still. It could mean kind of pushing heels into the fabric to lessen the intensity. This might be another good spot for a shoulder stretch, the right arm crossing over the body, pull it in. If you took that side, release, then the left arm into the shoulder stretch. Good, release. We start to rotate the bottoms of the feet to touch, sliding the heels into a nice comfortable amount. Comfortable today meaning that you can feel the low back stretching in a good way. It's not being forced too much. It's just enough to help you out. Perhaps as the head tries to just round down, we let that head go heavy so that the weight of it can help encourage the low back muscles to just be stretched out in a very gentle way. Good. So from here, we'll begin to free out the feet, pointing them toward the front of the room. Shift the hips around to be even. Once we make our way forward, we're going to start heading toward vampire. And this is the vampire setup with the right foot in and the left foot out so that we can do the flip to the ground. We'll take, about 5 or 6 breaths for each side in that splits after the flip. And then you'll still have time to be upside down in vampire if you want more. So start taking one thin layer over the shoulders, gather all the excess at your waist. When the legs come in, you take that excess down. And you've got right leg inside, left leg free. Okay, so from this arrangement, hands grip up, just comfortable grip. Feet come up, pressing outward into each side. And then we can take that nice vampire. Make sure everything still feels good, very situated. Okay, so closed foot goes down first. That right one takes in front of our chest. And then the left foot can go all the way to the floor. Maybe even hop it forward so you have a good chance to sink back into gravity. One more deep breath in. And exhale. That left foot can hop underneath our body. And then we'll begin to switch sides. You can either switch from the plank, just stepping left foot in and right foot out, or you can roll all the way inside and start from the beginning. So if you hopped forward before, make sure to hop forward here. So you can sink your weight back to about that same degree. Good. One more breath in. And exhale, hop this foot underneath your hips. So now is where you get to play. If you want to head right into a little break, that's fine. If you want to head directly up to vampire for a little while, that's fine. Just let that pressure, that massage happen right in the shoulders. You can be in and out as needed for the next couple of minutes. If you're still upside down, take those last couple of breaths. And then you can ease out, starting to do the recovery. If you're getting to that point where you feel like it's safe to sit up, you're welcome to. If you're not quite there, that's okay. Take your time. As we're up, let's clasp our hands behind our back. We'll shift hands over to the right hip and then drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Good, head up, hands to left hip, left ear over left shoulder. Good. Head up, hands can release. Grab onto the fabric, lift our hips right up and out. So once we're here, with the shoulders already in the fabric, we'll start to lean forward, catching the fabric at our elbows. You'll start to notice if you start to put more weight into it, there will be a little bit of pressure on the skin of the elbows. So if that gets to be too much, just bring your weight of your hips back over the feet like this. But to the extent that you do okay with this, you are welcome to start planking forward. This will start to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, and it'll pull your shoulders open. So you get to choose how much you go into it. You can also choose when you take breaks, just based on how the skin is receiving this. Even lowering to knees to make it a little bit easier is welcome. Just keep on going until your shoulders are about satisfied with it. In which case, you're welcome to completely free out the fabric and take a moment with child pose. Child pose, we'll take a lateral stretch, so hands will begin to walk off the mat to the left side. And then off to the second direction. Back to the center, 2 or 3 breaths, reminding the spine this straight, flat alignment. And then rolling up. We'll head our way to a high kneeling position. The fabric's out in front of us. We're gripping about as wide as shoulders. And this is puppy pose. So we keep the hips over the knees, but we bend at that hip joint, allowing the arms to go forward. Now this straight arm is going to be the most intense variation. If you want to bend the elbows, that's fine. That'll be a little bit more gentle for shoulders. Part of what we are doing is trying to drop the heart down to a gentle arch. Take 2 more breaths. Then hands in prayer position, almost like a child pose, or just kind of rounding the spine back the other way. Unwinding, we roll our spine up. Let's take just an easy grip, just a little bit higher, about as high as you can easily reach. And then gripping onto that, we plant the feet in front of us and allow yourself to do a couple of just easy pull-ups. Keep the breath going. Exhales when you go up, inhales down. Up to stand whenever you're ready. Feel free to roll through the fingers. Good. So standing back in front of the fabric, bring the fabric behind that back area. Shoulders are through. And so here we're gonna circle our arms around the fabric twice. Try to scoot the fabric in a little bit closer toward your shoulder height, so that way it's not reaching up super high. And from this grip, we're going to explode up, catch our feet, and come upside down. Once we're upside down, from that angle, wrap your legs in front. Once your toes are wrapped, you can continue to arch. Just gentle. Come out either forward or backward, your choice. Got it?
Front.
So that one's behind. Yep, go that way. And then wrap the toes. That's it. And it's okay, just do the best you can do. Even just practicing like this part is fine. So you kind of like think of like bringing your knees just above your body and then grab the fabric and straighten up. And then you just wrap and go.
Nice body.
Yeah, you're super close. Yeah. Even just wind, like release the hands for a second, and even just practice maybe just that, like hold for a second, and that'll get you closer toward that strength for it. Yep. That's good. Just, I think that's a good spot to practice at for just 2 or 3 more times. That's it. And see if you can try to hold it for 1 breath, just, and then out. Yeah, you're doing awesome. When you come back, you're welcome to lean back into the fabric for a moment and just kind of shake the hands free. That one's pretty tight around those wrists. And then we'll take this right arm across the fabric, and then the left arm creates the X. Come up to stand on your own, and then as you bend at the waist, you start to push the right arm to the left and the left arm to the right. That gets that spot kind of right in between the shoulder blades. So no, not like a fold, it's just all the way behind into place. That's it. And it's a straight arm. Yep, and then good. And then just lean forward. Switch sides, lean back. Let both arms take a huge circle. All the way down. Good. And circling back up. Now left arm goes first and then right. Standing up, slide forward. Good. Lean back and open that arms, that full circle again. Even clasping hands behind the back, walk the feet forward 2 or 3 steps and pull the arms away. Good. Return to stand on your own. Completely free your body out. Fabric's in front of you. Maybe shake the hands or kind of roll through the spine, the shoulders. Good work. Okay. So we're going to start off with the right leg at the ankle inside, but make sure the fabric's pretty free because we're going to eventually bring the fabric to cover up the whole leg. So then from that pretty loose fabric, take the right ankle inside. It's bunched at the ankle for now. Good. And we'll take a couple of breaths, just like a gentle splits. You can either just go forward, or if it's better for your body to just slide down, heart close to the thigh, that's also great. Whichever direction you're doing, try to see if you can feel these bigger muscles getting stretched so that we can ease the low back. So no low back tightness right now, it's just ease. Just take a couple of those good deep breaths in and out. Okay, weight comes back over the standing leg. The left hand grips to the right side, and then this right arm takes 3 arches. So it circles up, and feel it rotate as far back as you can reach, and then return all the way forward. 2 more just like that. Last one. Good, and then just open the arm one more time to just enjoy that twist. This front leg, I recommend trying to get it to swing toward the left top side of your mat as much as possible, because then you can get into that IT band as well. Good work. Return forward. And from here, go ahead and slip the fabric under the heel, and then drag the rest of the fabric up the thigh.
Are we covering the glute or not?
You can bring it up just underneath for now. Yeah. We'll do a rotation open first. So you make sure you're not too far back. So hop forward if you feel like the fabric's pulling against you. Once you've got that covered, dive your elbows forward, dive your arms forward, and then elbows push out to try to lift the leg up. Couple of breaths there, those hamstring muscles getting even more open, making sure they're not bullying the low back. Good, elbows release, stand back up. On the left side, the right hand is going to reach really high, and then the left hand's at the heart. So both of those are on that left side. Once you've got that grip, we're gonna rotate open, so you guys will be going towards the back door. So rotate your toes, you're facing that direction. And as you slide some of the fabric through the hands, you're beginning to bend forward. Maybe you kind of keep the grip pausing halfway down, or maybe the left hand eventually goes to floor. If you still want more after that and you want to sink your weight toward the front of the room, that's okay. If I do that, I usually readjust my hand to be directly under my shoulder again. Good. Take your weight over your standing foot, grip both hands on. And usually I'll bend my knee to be a little pop spring to come up. Once I'm up, The front leg is like pigeon pose, bend the knee, and now go ahead and cover the glute. Once you're here, dive both arms forward and through. That shoulder, the shoulders being forward is what makes it so that we're locked, we're safe. Good, so elbows wide, hands at the heart. Little moment with toe stretch, the toes go at the back of the mat and press forward. Maybe quad stretch, left hand at the knee, slides up. Maybe right hand also. Some days. Then lotus pose, maybe the foot comes in front. We can grab onto it low or place it on top. Good. See if you can feel the glutes kind of just relaxing open. Getting some of that tightness out of that area. If possible, I try to keep this top foot flexed rather than like sickling it. I'll also kind of do that with my bottom foot too. So kind of as much flexion as possible, so that way we're not making the ankles weaker. Good. Nice inhale. And then exhale, this left leg swings back behind. We can slide the fabric down toward the knee so that we can sink our hips down just a little bit deeper toward a pigeon pose. Okay. Standing foot hops underneath our weight. Begin to safely stand up, gripping on if you need for safety. When the right leg straightens out, we can take the fabric back to where we started under that ankle. And from that spot, reaching up high, we can do the swinging switch. Left foot in, right foot out. Good work. Okay, so a moment sinking some of our weight forward or just sliding the hands down. Whatever tends to be working for us here. Okay, rising up. Right hand grips left strand. Left arm does those 3 slow circles up and back. And return. Two. One. And then opening it out behind us. Maybe this front leg we're pushing over to the right top edge. Good. Returning forward. This is where we can grab that front part, slip it past the heel. And then the rest of the fabric goes up to the thigh. On this right side, the left hand grips high, the right hand's at the heart, and then turn your toes open to face that direction. Once you're there, begin to bend at the waist, going forward, maybe pause halfway, maybe right hand to floor, maybe sink up your hand forward another foot or so. Good, weight over our standing leg. grip on. Maybe that bent knee for a moment to spring our way up. Facing forward. We'll do that little lift. So arms dive through, elbows push out. That'll lift the leg up. Good, rising up. Now bending this knee, the right foot goes to the right, and left knee, or sorry, that left knee to the right and the knee to the left. Dive the arms through. It's essentially like that pigeon pose setup. You can slide it up to cover your glute as well. And when you've got that in a good spot, the toes first, set the toes at the back, and then kind of rock forward onto the very front part of that, the toes. Quad stretch, right hand tries to grab, sliding up from the knee to the toes. Maybe that floating lotus in front. Maybe flexing the feet to make sure that they're in a good, safe spot. And even though we're not touching the ground at all, see if you can make your energy grounded. Maybe even elongate your exhales for a few rounds. As we drop it down, pigeon, the leg is straight toward the back of the mat. And then the fabric is brought down the thigh, closer to the knee so that we can continue to drop the hips down, forward. Good. Standing foot hops underneath our weight. Ease your way up and out. Safely take the leg out. Good. So from here, we're gonna head toward our last version of the day. So go ahead and choose your favorite. If there's one that I haven't done in a while and you want to do, go ahead. If you want to take straddle back, this is a great position for it. We're already halfway there. If there's other things, just stretches you want to do too, go ahead and take a couple of minutes. Just kind of choose your favorite. So don't feel like you're in any sense of rush. If you're still inverting and you're loving it, I'm going to guide us through the dragon arms for those that are pretty much complete with their inversion and we want to do this last stretch before Shavasana. So only if you're with me, go ahead and wave out the front of your fabric. And don't feel any rush. If you're just coming out, you can always join in halfway through. You take your elbows into the front end. And then you'll do a nice little lunge, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And then whatever you need to do to help the shoulders or the pecs start to open, whether that's kind of leaning your torso forward or dropping your hips down, whatever eases good things open here. Okay, a little break. Slide the feet together. Drop the elbows down and just roll the head. When you're ready for the second side, step the second foot forward, come back into it. Good, and coming out, we can roll the neck for another moment. And if there's other last things we need, go ahead and take them. Otherwise, let's head towards Shavasana. Just come on in, lay back, and just relax for these last few minutes that we have. Here, begin to deepen the inhales and the exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching it out like you're waking up first thing in the morning. If you'd like to do a fetal position to each side, curling in and arching back, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Rising up toward a comfortable seated place when you're ready. With hands at our hearts, we'll take a moment to connect back to this idea that we started with, tuning into those 3 specific spots of our body, the in-between shoulder blade spot, the low back, and the shoulders and neck area. And just notice how easeful those things feel. And we notice how that's what it's like when we have kind of the energy of anxiousness and stress, panic, when we have those kind of energies and we bring it down a few notches, down toward the earth, toward groundedness, toward nurturing and just healing. When we take it down to that area, we feel so much more calm, so much more at peace. And so through all these levels of who we are, we head forward to this day with this deeper awareness and with this recognition that the next couple of days we can try to make sure that any of those higher panicked type feelings, we can bring it right back down to the earth. So with this idea to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.
Namaste.